Yes, my people, season greeting to all my obedient family, and as e dey hot, e don happen o. There's a video trending now wey dey talk say Peter Obi dey encourage vote buying, and they say vote buying dey against the rules and regulation of INEC. Yes, we know, but before una accuse Peter Obi of vote buying, make una see the context in which he take talk this thing. And I go want make una watch am because e dey this video, and please my obedient family, make una share this video, make other people wey dey see the manner of the way he take talk this thing, make dem know how he take talk am and where he dey drive go as he take talk am. Make una share am, make people wey dey see am. And Wike is still yet to reveal person wey he wan work for this election, because he talk am for this video too. And for Kaduna State, let me say terrorists operate for 1 hour. Even the governor of Kaduna State no fit do anything, and the same person now Tinubu dey bring come give us that say he go work under e government to take tackle security issues. And for his state now, terrorists operate for 1 hour, nothing happen. Man not talk too much o, make I watch am, make I see am. E dey this video, so please watch the video to the end. You go see all wetin I dey talk. As they watch and they share am, make other people see am.
The Electoral Act frowns at vote buying, any kind of inducement, whether it's vote, it's money you are using, or it is corn you are using, or you are using a roasted plantain to influence voters. What the law says, and what INEC has consistently insisted upon, is that, look, you should vote according to your conscience. The pillar of democracy is the ability of the people to make free and informed choice. So Mr. Peter Obi saying, oh, collect their money and vote for me, well, it could be interpreted at one level as trying to encourage vote buy. But if you put it in context, because after saying that, he went on quickly to define what he actually meant by that, because context is very important, yes, you know, in analyzing language and communication. He went ahead to now say that the money that I will give you, other people are doing the wrong thing. They are trying to induce you. But the money that I will give you is education, healthcare, security. I will move Nigeria, he has always said, from consumption to production. Okay, those were the key messages from that particular rally in Port Harcourt. Now, Peter Obi going to Port Harcourt after appearance in Uyo and Calabar is also instructive, because you could say that he's in friendly environment. Why do I say he's in a friendly environment? In November, he was invited by Governor Wike to come and commission a flyover, the night flyover. I think they've done 10 now. So he commissioned the night flyover. And on that occasion, Governor Wike promised that anytime he wanted to come and campaign in Port Harcourt, that he will receive good reception, and that he was assisting with logistics. So we will not know the extent of the logistics or the scope of the logistics that he got. But of course, he was in a friendly environment. Even made more exciting this particular campaign by the appearance of P-Square, Paul and Peter Okoye, who are very well-known supporters and prominent members of the Obedient group, with you know, the brothers supporting Peter Obi. They had been expected to show up in Uyo. They couldn't make it, but they were there in Port Harcourt live, and they energized that campaign. So we're seeing a very colorful campaign, you know, not just politics, but also, you know, music and dance and all of that, you know, joining it. So that's what happened in that contest. But just to remind people that vote buying is an offense, but the context in which he's talking relates to the issues that are central to his campaign.
From January next year, I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. I will campaign to my people whom they will vote for. So all of you who have been suspects, who have been saying all kinds of things, abusing me, wait. January has come. January has come. Not only will I tell them where they will vote, I will move from state to state, and why they should vote for the people I think they should vote for. Nothing will happen. So all of you appearing on television, abusing me, don't waste your saliva again. January is a come. January is a come. So don't waste your saliva. Don't be going on whatever you call your platform. All those of you who are telling Nigerians you used to have 40 shoes, you have to have 50 wristwatches. Time has come to convert those shoes and wristwatches to vote.
I hope you're listening. You have to convert those wristwatches and shoes. But wait, let me ask Dr. Bati, because he's your friend here now. I mean, what does this entail? Is he like, who is this chosen candidate that you might think will be come January?
So far is that Governor Wike has been very friendly with members of the opposition. He was speaking at Obioakpo at the commissioning of the 10th flyover. He says he will start a campaign in January. But he has been campaigning since. All those commissioning of projects from one local government to another is a way of, campaigning and projecting his own interests. It's a kind of campaign. And all the persons that he had invited to come and commission projects, they are mostly people from other parties. First, the APC. We just mentioned Mr. Peter Obi of the Labour Party, who also commissioned the flyover. President Muhammadu Buhari, who is the leader of the APC, was also in Port Harcourt to commission projects. He has not for once invited the presidential candidate of his own party.
No.
Or any prominent member of the People's Democratic Party, that is not aligned with them. Okay, so in that regard, he has already given some indication of where his interest lies. Even the candidate of the New Nigeria People's Party, Kwankwanso, has been seen also, in very friendly circumstances in Port Harcourt with Governor Wike. So, but the contradiction here is that he says he's not leaving the PDP because the people who are in charge of the PDP now, they are persons who left PDP and came back when he had always been there. So, if he says he will make the candidate of his choice known in January, is he saying he will be in PDP and vote or ask people to vote for another political party? Because if he does that, that will amount to anti-party activities. And it may come back to hunting. And he says he will campaign from state to state. Why state to state? I mean, he's a governor of Rivers State. And apart from politics, the people of Rivers State still need him to focus on the job. Even if he has done so many projects, he has to show up in the office.
Yeah.
The people is appearing on television. I hope that doesn't include television anchors. The only phrase I didn't hear in that video that you showed is, enough is... enough. So we wait for Governor Wike in January.
But we must commend him for all of the projects that he's commissioned recently. But there's another thing he said in that video. All of you people that have been abusing me, come January, you will know. What do you think that means?
I'm like Dr. Bati said, I'm now wondering, is Mr. Wike or Barrister Wike a governor, an actor? He's just giving us premium entertainment this election season. As he's mentioned, some people have said that he's grandstanding. He's really, it's almost getting to his head in terms of releasing statements like this and saying that I'll campaign from whoever I choose and I'll tell you who to vote for, almost implying that he has followers who are just waiting eagerly for the manifestation of Governor Wike as to who he will anoint as his chosen one for election 2023, and then all of them now follow. Right? At the end of the day, it's still one man, one vote in the Nigerian, in Nigeria. So he can influence. I mean, absolutely, and people might look up to him. And I believe, like you mentioned, the fact that he's still commissioning, infrastructure in the state and perhaps some of his legacy projects as he plans to exit is what he's doing. But face the work. May 2023 is still about 5 months away. There's still work to be done in River State. He's this campaign around the country. How much time would he have, as Dr. Bati mentioned, to actually do the work he's been voted and elected to do? And then in the event, I'm eagerly, just like you, I cannot for the life of me tell you who is going to, whom Governor Wike is going to go with. All of us are eagerly waiting for January, and the saga continues.
Yes, it does. Well said. All right then. We'll take another story, a rather sad one, in Kaduna State, where the 39 victims who died in a violent attack in Malogam, Kaduna State, have been laid to rest According to reports, the attack occurred on Sunday at about 11 p.m. and lasted for over 1 hour. The Kaduna State chapter of the Christian Association of Nigeria, through its chairman, Joseph Hayab, has condemned the killings, describing the action of the terrorists as barbaric and a strategy to scare the people from exercising their Christian rights, while the Nigerian Bishop Yakubu Kundi, in a letter to the Christian news agency, denounced the attack as a deliberate plan to unleash evil on Christian villagers because they do not profess the same religion as the attackers and because they oppose their violent activities in Kaduna State. Residents in Kaduna have raised the alarm on the incessant killings in their community. Some have questioned the caliber of cartridges found in their community.
They pick this one in this one. This one has green color. This one has green color. This is like
Ayo, this is so sad. Thousands of people in Kaduna State have been displaced due to these violent attacks. This occurred on Sunday. I believe about 100 gunmen opened fire in the people in Malagam community. And it's quite sad to see that the people that died, majority of them were Christians. They are, you can see that if you pull up that list, you can see they're all young Christians that died in that attack. You cannot fault the bishops that have come out to say that this seems to be an attack on the Christian community. Something needs to be done. It is so sad. May their souls rest in perfect peace. This is appalling.
Yes, it's really sad. Unfortunately, Southern Kaduna is in the news again. And, for usually in recent times, for reports like this, news reports like this. As you mentioned, Bishop Yakubu Kundin of the Diocese of Kafanchan, Nigeria, speaking to the Catholic News Agency, where he said that this was a deliberate plan to unleash evil against Christians. When you make statements, when a man of the cloth makes statements like this, you have to give credence or at least listen to the agitations of Christians who live in Southern Kaduna. The video that of particular interest to me or attention for many Nigerians is that video of the shell, where they picked up one of the shells that came out. Yes, that video right there. And the question has been asked again that can we run ballistic tests on these shells? Is the Nigerian Security Agency saying that they are not able to investigate based on some of the evidences collected at this site? It is very unfortunate. We must hold the government to task. The presidential candidates must be speaking about this. Atiku Abubakar had spoken earlier about the fact that he was going to sort out security in that area. We must hold this. It cannot be that they are not able to contain Southern Kaduna. It's not possible. Absolutely. How can 100 men enter a town and then no one has been arrested, no one has been picked up? Then what are security agencies doing?
Yeah, the worst part is this has been going on for at least a week before that actual incident occurred. So you see that those people that were killed, they actually thought that the gunmen were people in uniform.
Yes, to help them.
And then they just opened fire on them. Horrible.
Very sad.
Okay, around this community, Malagum, in Kafanchan area of Kaduna State, there was an incident on December 13, and then you have this second incident, December 18. The operational base, the military base around that area, the commander, General Timothy Opurum, has been quoted as saying that this is a case of reprisal killing. The people who attacked on December 18, they were persons who felt their own persons had been killed on December 13. So it's like an Egyptian, dramatic situation in which people kill, for honor, and people don't ever forget, what they have lost. They think they have to revenge. And this has been a repetitive cycle in the whole of Southern Kaduna. It didn't start today. Since the 80s, you remember the Kamfancha riots. You remember all the killings in Southern Kaduna. People attack themselves. The others think they will do reprisal. And it speaks to the failure of security that we've been talking about. And government has not been able to do anything about it. There is underlying this ethnicity and religion. And because it's Catholics that are usually targeted, it looks like, crisis of religious freedom, crisis of freedom of thought in Nigeria, and the persecution of persons on the basis of faith. So the point to make is that whoever is going to become president of Nigeria, well, that will be till May. But even now, the present administration must see that the battle is a very serious one to protect the security of lives and property as the law stipulates.
All right.